on the 30-yard line, the 20, the 10, touchdown!
Good afternoon and welcome to the Mazer Center on the campus of Franklin and Marshall College, Lancaster, Pennsylvania today. Centennial Conference men's basketball action as the Diplomats take on the Mules of Muhlenberg. Good afternoon. Welcome to Glenn Robinson Court at F&M. as the first place Diplomats, 16-4 overall, 11-2 in league play, welcome the Mules, who come in with a record of 7-13 and 6-7. A critical game for both teams. Franklin Marshall in a first place tie with Gettysburg and Johns Hopkins. Only two of those teams will get a first round bye in the upcoming Centennial Conference tournament. Muhlenberg in a tie for fifth place, one game ahead of Dickinson for the last spot in the 6-team field. So Muhlenberg is in desperate need of wins to ensure their postseason trip and their postseason ticket is punched. Diplomats coming off a 67-65 loss at Ursinus on Wednesday night in Collegeville, an opportunity where Franklin and Marshall had a look at a game-winning shot in the final seconds, trailing by 3. Karis Grossless was fouled, went to the line, hit the first one, missed the second one, rebound came out. Omar Nichols had an open three-pointer top of the circle with 6 seconds to go, but couldn't get it to fall, and Franklin Marshall dropped his fourth game in 20 outings. Muhlenberg coming off a 74-67 loss at home to Swarthmore on Wednesday night. Muhlenberg has struggled a little bit this year. They already lost to Franklin Marshall by 21 at home in Allentown back on January 9th, looking to avenge that big defeat with an upset today. Diplomats led by Vicaris Grossless. Grossless averages 17 points a game. Grossless fast becoming not only one of the top guards in the conference, but also one of the top guards in the region. And if he's Mr. Outside, then Mr. Inside is Josh Parra. Parra, the 6'6 senior out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 11.9 points, 7.2 rebounds a game. When Parra gets the ball in the low blocks, there are very few people in the conference that can stop him. And that will be the charge for Brandon Goldberg for the Mules today. For the visitors, they're led by 6'2 senior Giovanni Rubino. Rubino averages 17.7 points per game. First team All-Centennial Conference this last year. He had 32 points in that loss to Swarthmore. He also ripped the cords for 31 here at the Mazer Center against F&M a year ago. Also keep an eye on 6' junior guard Jason Williams-Johnson. Williams-Johnson averages 14.5 points a game. He had 16 last time these two teams met. He torched Gettysburg for 32 in a 4-point loss at home earlier last month, but has scored just 39 points in the 4 games since that outing. Just about ready to go here on Diplomat TV. We are going to turn it over to our PA announcer, John Whitworth, for the introductions of our starting lineups.
Centennial Conference game features the Muhlenberg Mules and your Franklin and Marshall Diplomats. Let's meet the starting lineups. First up for the visiting Mules at guard, the 6'2 senior from Hacquannock, New Jersey, number 1, Giovanni Rubino. At guard, the 6' junior from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, number 2, Jason Williams-Johnson. At guard, a 6'4 junior from Manchester, United Kingdom, number 4, Luke Curtis. At forward, a 6'8 freshman from Rockville, Maryland, number 15, Peter Stamen Shepherd. And at forward, a 6'7 senior from Wautuck, New York, number 32, Brandon Goldberg. The head coach for Muhlenberg, Kevin Hopkins. And now, for your Diplomats at guard, a 6'1 sophomore from Vilnius, Lithuania, number 1, Vicaris Grossless. At guard, a 6'3 senior from Muhlenberg, PA, number 4, Omar Nichols. At guard, a 6'4 sophomore from Westchester, PA, number 15, Kevin Milazic. At forward, a 6'6 senior from Pittsburgh, number 24, Josh Parra. And at guard, a 6'4 junior from Ottawa, PA, number 33, John Simon. The Diplomats head coach, Nick Lachey. Centennial's officials,
Getting ready for the 156th meeting between Franklin and Marshall and Muhlenberg. Diplomats with a 90-65 series advantage. Series that dates to 1903. Your officials today. Your referee is Kevin Orange. Your umpire is Tom Pauley. And your other umpire is Ben Moore. Muhlenberg, dressed in their road cardinal uniforms with the white stripes and the gray tint. Muhlenberg will head left to right on your screen. Franklin and Marshall in the home white uniforms with the royal blue numbers. Diplomats will head right to left on your screen. It'll be Para getting ready to jump center with Brandon Goldberg. And we are just about ready to get underway as the first place Diplomats take on the fifth place Mules in a critical conference contest for both teams. Glad to have you with us on Diplomat TV. And we are underway. Diplomats control. Grossless picked up by Gordis. Muhlenberg comes out in a man defense. Para works on the left elbow, guarded by Goldberg. Nawaziat has Stanton Shepard on his hip. Now gives it off to Para. Para in the paint. Goes up hard off glass and lays it in. Josh Para. 6'6" senior out of Pittsburgh. Played scholastically at Milton Hershey, and he is a beast inside after having up 2-0. Rubino gives it off to Goldberg. Goldberg skip pass. Williams Johnson back iron. Nawaziat with the rebound. Gordis knocks it free. Mules with possession. Rubino. Fadeaway jumper short. Para will corral the rebound and gives it off to Seidman. Diplomats 8-1 this year at the Mazer Center. The only loss coming to nationally ranked Hopkins. And Seidman off the back iron. Rebound to Stanton Shepard. As we said, Rubino torched F&M for 31 here last year. Now Goldberg in the paint. Bumped off the line by Para, no foul. Williams Johnson guarded by Nichols. Williams Johnson picks up his dribble with the shot clock at 8. Rubino looks for the high screen, goes between his legs. Will try the floater up and under. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Nawaziat. Rubino was able to get through traffic and up off the glass. Just couldn't get the friendly roll. Gordos with the armbar on Grossless out at midcourt. Now Nawaziat. Seidman top of the circle down low. Para takes the pass from Seidman. Para left-handed floater in and out. Nichols and Williams Johnson collide. And Omar's going to pick up his first personal foul. Nichols just a second late making the read. He collides with Williams Johnson. Sebastian Charles in the lineup replacing Josh Para. Want to say hello to the Satlow family who's watching today from Andover, Massachusetts. Rooting for a Diplomat win. Thanks for writing in. The Lisinecki family is here from Easton today. Watching Cola, hoping he gets in the contest. They want to send their best to the rest of the Lisinecki family who are watching from around the country. You too can reach us here in the booth. Send us an email to pressbox@fnm.edu. That's pressbox@fandm.edu. Let us know where you're watching from. Give your favorite player a shout out. Ask a question about Centennial or D3 basketball. That's pressbox@fnm.edu. Rubino checked by Grossless. Gordos goes up with a floater over Seidman and ties the game up at 2. Luke Gordos, the 6'4" junior from the United Kingdom, ties this game up. Grossless in front of the Muhlenberg bench. Nawaziat gives it back to Grossless. Grossless at the foul line. Gave a little head nod to Nawaziat, hoping he was going to go back door. But the 6'4" sophomore didn't read the sign. Turnover, F&M. Gordos comes across the timeline, picked up by Seidman. Good crowd here at the Mazer Center today. The crowds are back here in Lancaster with a 16-4 record. Williams Johnson, floater in the lane. Nawaziat with the rebound. Nichols looks for the high screen from Charles. Now picked up by Stanton Shepard. Nawaziat works his way into the lane. Charles, three-pointer, left wing, knocks it down. Sebastian Charles, 20th triple in the year Over the last 3 games, he shot 42% from beyond the arc. He gives F&M a 5-2 lead. Rubino, a lot of dribbling, now gives it off to Stanton Shepard. Now gives it back to Rubino. Pair of number 1s, Rubino and Grossless, guarding each other. Rubino throws it away right to Nawaziat. Nawaziat comes to the lane, jump stop, puts it up and in. 7-2 on the steal and the layup from Nawaziat. 4 minutes gone, first half. Gordos looks for the high screen, nice hedge from Charles. Stanton Shepard gives it to Williams Johnson. Now Rubino. Lob inside for Goldberg, can't handle the pass. Seidman brings it across the timeline. Charles, wide open 3. Round and out. Rebound off the hands of Nawaziat. Hit on the end line before Gordos grabbed it. Michael Feroci, number 10, in for the Mules. Jalen Green checks in the lineup for Franklin and Marshall as Grossless gets a breather. Feroci loses the handle. Stanton Shepard, pull-up jumper, 15-foot, good. Peter Stanton Shepard, 6'8", first year out of Rockville, Maryland. Makes it a 7-4 game. Nichols picked up by Williams Johnson. Omar's got a couple inches on the smaller Williams Johnson. Now Nawaziat inside, just knocks Feroci out of the way and lays it in. Michael Feroci at 6'2", gives up a few pounds to Kevin Nawaziat. Nawaziat just bodied him under the basket and put in the layup, 9-4. Williams Johnson short. Battle for the rebound between Gordos and Green. Rebound belongs with the visitors from Allentown. Take a look at the replay. See the battle underneath. Looks like Charles may have been the last one to hit it. Stanton Shepard, jumper, front iron. Parra keeps it alive and hustles it down before Drew Green could pop on it. Green wears number 30, just checked into the lineup. Replaces Rubino. Seidman picks up his dribble in the paint, looking for someone to get rid of it. Gives it to Parra. Jalen Green for 3. Charles hustles and steals the rebound away from Stanton Shepard. Nichols, no good. Charles with another offensive rebound. Third chance for F&M. Nichols drives, stops, hands up, pass to Seidman off his hands, but Jalen Green gets another try. Timeout, Muhlenberg. 30-second timeout. Third try is a charm. As Jalen Green knocks down a triple and Diplomats lead it by 8. Did you know you can purchase officially licensed merchandise easily on GoDiplomats.com by scanning our QR code? Visit our BSN Sports store to see all of our Nike products and much more. Right now, save 20% off your order of $100 or more. Use the code GEAR20 to save on new arrivals of fleece, jackets, vests, and much more. We thank you for your continued support of Franklin Marshall Athletics, as all proceeds go directly to enhance the experience of our Diplomat student athletes. Crowd continues to file in at Mazer. It's about 6 minutes gone first half. Diplomats off to a quick 12-4 lead. Diplomats shooting 50% from the floor, 5 of 10. Muhlenberg just 2 of 8, 25%. Drew Green comes across the timeline. Marked by Green. Goldberg, right elbow, skip pass. Williams Johnson, he'll take a 3. And it's good. Williams Johnson, 28th three-pointer of the year for the junior from Scotch Plains, New Jersey. And it's a 12-7 game. Green for Charles. Now Sid Syed, number 10 in the lineup for F&M. Seidman in the corner, dribbles out of trouble with the shot clock at 8. Now Seidman looks to drive, picks up his dribble, gives it off to Green. Green, fadeaway jumper, good. And timeout. Franklin and Marshall will be a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching F&M Basketball on Diplomat TV.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
There's a look at the all-time winningest coach in Division III men's basketball history, Glenn Robinson in the Blue Fleece. It's Alumni Day here at Mazer, and he's had an opportunity to see a number of his former players come back. Heard there's approximately 20 to 25 players who played an alumni game earlier this morning. And it's good to see some of the F&M greats come back to take in this year's team. 16 wins in 20 outings, first place in the conference play. Rubino gives it off to Gordos. Rubino gets it back with the shot clock at 10. Seidman blocks the pass. And the Diplomats with possession. Sid Syed, freshman from New York City, kicks it out to Jalen Green. Green dribbles left side, now Para. Backdoor cut. Green takes it to the hole, blocked by Gordos. Green lands hard to the floor. Seidman forces the held ball. We'll have to take a look at Jalen Green. That was a hard landing as Gordos times it perfectly. You can see Green landed on the heels of his feet, then crashed to the hardwood. He looks no worse for wear, and we're back to action. Gordos, Rubino, Goldberg, Ferrucci, and Green on the floor for the Mules. Here's Rubino. Gordos picked up by Seidman. Now gives it off to Drew Green. Green, drive, dish, Ferrucci, front iron. Seidman with the rebound. Now Green, he'll take another three. Front iron, rebound to Rubino. Tips 2 of 6 from beyond the arc here in the first 8 minutes. Rubino, crossover, dribble, knocked away by Seidman. Seidman works his way in, gives it to Parr, and Parr spins and loses control out of bounds. Josh not happy with the call. You saw Goldberg call right away. You can see Goldberg reach in, spun it out of the hands of Parr to ricochet off his thigh. Seidman and Green come out. Grossless back into the lineup for F&M, along with Noisiet. Goldberg, nice backdoor cut. Rubino, and he is fouled going up. Rubino with a pretty cut. Watch the pass by Goldberg. Right on the money. But Grossless is going to get him from behind, send Rubino into the line. Rubino, an 88% free throw shooter. He's made 49 of his last 50. If that's not an announcer's jinx, I don't know what is. First one's up and good. Rubino at 21, the team's first meeting back on January 9th. An 88-67 win for Franklin and Marshall. Rubino makes them both. He's on the scoreboard. His first 2 points of the evening. F&M's lead is 5, 14-9. Muhlenberg comes out in a man. Williams Johnson will pick up Grossless. Now Charles for Syed. Noisiet on the right wing. Noisiet double team, skip pass, looking for Syed, picked off by Green. Green tries to hit Williams Johnson coming down the left side, but Charles knocks it out of bounds. 11:03 to go first half. Diplomats in front by 5. Thanks for joining us today on Diplomat TV. Omar Nichols replaces Sid Syed. And we're going to get a hold on Nawaziat. I want to say hi to Jackie Scarcella, who's watching today's contest from the capital city of the Commonwealth of Virginia, down in Richmond. Stanton Shepard inbounds here along the near side. Goldberg on the left wing, gives it off to Rubino. Switches sides, Green. Green looks for Rubino. Rubino, catch, shoot. Charles comes down with the rebound. Third rebound for the junior from Roselle, New Jersey, Sebastian Charles, here in the early going. Grossless, he'll line up a three. Front iron, Parra with the rebound. Parra over his head. Nawaziat, look at that interior passing. We're going to get a whistle on a foul. Parra with the rebound. Watch the pass. The no look over his head. Nawaziat gives it right back. And then Drew Green is going to be called for the reach-in. Send Parra to the line. Josh Parra, 44% free throw shooter, will go to the line to shoot a pair. Josh has made 6 of his last 20 at the charity stripe. As if you followed F&M basketball this season, you've heard me say it once. A lot of things Josh Parra does well. Free throw shooting is not among them. It makes 1 of 2. 15-9. Green into a double team. Now Goldberg up top for Stanton Shepard. Kept his pivot foot. Now down low. Goldberg tries to get in the corner for Rubino. And Grossless is there with the quick hands. Knocks it away. 13 on the shot clock. Can't say Grossless really read that. Just kind of spun, stuck his arm out, but deflected it away. And here's Rubino. Gets the ball back inbounds as the shot clock hits 10. Rubino in the paint. Fadeaway jumper is good. Gio Rubino. 15-11. He's got 4. Parra. Grossless. Grossless at the left elbow. Nawaziat for 3. Kevin Nawaziat with the triple. He's got 7. 18-11. Williams Johnson. Drive. Reverse layup. Short. Nawaziat with the rebound. Gets it ahead to Nichols. 3. Boom. Omar Nichols. Credit to Nawaziat. He saw Green coming in for the steal, lobbed it over the shorter man's head. Nichols caught it, put up the triple in rhythm, and it's a 10-point F&M lead. Green to Williams Johnson. Stanton Shepard walked, no call, puts up a 3, misses everything. Green and Seidman in for F&M. Charles and Grossless will check out. Once again, it was all about the adjustment. Nawaziat's pass. Nichols read it, caught it, stuck the 3 in rhythm. Nichols now 162 triples in his F&M career, just 1 behind Brandon Smith, class of 2006, for 6th place on the F&M career list. Green bumped by Gordos into Seidman in the paint. Seidman's going to be called for too many steps. Looked like Seidman may have dragged the right pivot foot. Let's take a look. Rubino, Gordos, Williams Johnson, Goldberg, and Stanton Shepard starting 5 on the floor for Muhlenberg. Here's Stanton Shepard for 3. Parra collects the rebound. Muhlenberg 4 of 16 today, 25%. Now Muhlenberg in the zone. Seidman works at the foul line. Seidman looks down low. Parra gets Goldberg up in the air, goes up and under and scores. Parra's got 5, 23-11. Josh had a double-double, 19 and 10 the last time these two teams met. He's got 5 and 4 so far today, Gordas. Gordas, the left-hander in the lane. Parra with the rebound. No answers right now for the Mules against this Franklin and Marshall defense. Defense that comes in allowing just 63 points a game. Nawaziat for 3. Kevin Nawaziat, 5th 3 of the day. And when F&M makes 7 or more, they're 9 and 1. 70% of the way there. The lead is 15. Rubino picked up by Green, looks for the high pick from Stanton Shepard. Now Nawaziat on the Mules' leading scorer. Skip pass, Gordas for 3. No good. Long rebound to Goldberg. Rubino, pump fake, cuts in the lane, lays up off the iron and good. Rubino, the 6'2 senior up at Pequannock, New Jersey. Played a prep year at Cheshire Academy. He's one of the more dynamic scorers in the conference. You saw why right there. Seidman in the paint, comes out, avoids the 3-second call, and now gets it to Green. Seidman, shot clock at 10. Nawaziat for 3 again. Rebound, Parra. Parra goes up top over Stanton Shepard and lays it in. Timeout. Muhlenberg, Kevin Hopkins. 160 seconds to talk to his troops. Look at Parra inside. We'll be right back. You're watching F&M Basketball on Diplomat TV.
Tell me what it is that you need. 'Cause I think I'm onto something. 'Cause I feel the good times coming. 'Cause I think I'm onto something. 'Cause I feel the good times coming. 'Cause I think I'm onto something. 'Cause I feel the good times coming. Tell me what it is that you need. 'Cause I think I'm onto something. 'Cause I feel the good times coming.
Back live at the Mazer Center. Diplomats on top of Muhlenberg by a score of 28-13. Steve Ulrich with you on Diplomat TV. Thanks for joining us today. Glad to have you with us wherever you're taking in the game from. Green, Gordas, Rubino, Williams, Johnson, Stanton, Shepard, the starting 5 on the floor for the Mules. F&M counters with Green, Seidman, Nawaziat, Charles, and Nichols. Rubino, crossover in the lane, goes up over 3 defenders and puts it in. Rubino's got 8, 28-15. Seidman works his way in the paint, skip past Jalen Green, triple, left corner. 6th 3 of the day for the Diplomats. And another one for Jalen Green. Green has 8. 31-15. Franklin Marshall, 5.5 to go. First half. Green looks inside. Stanton Shepard spins on Seidman and puts it in. Stanton Shepard, whose dad, Peter, played basketball at Christopher Newport. Be proud of his boy right there. 31-17. Seidman being pressured by Green. Knocks the ball out of Seidman's hand. 16 on the shot clock. Feroci will check in, replacing Williams Johnson for Muhlenberg. Muhlenberg coached by Kevin Hopkins, his 6th season in Allentown, 76 and 73 overall for the 2008 graduate of Amherst. He won a national championship playing for the Mammoths back in 2007. 111 wins, 12 defeats. as a basketball player at Amherst. Here's Nichols, shot clock running down. Green's got to put it up. Off the backboard will be a shot clock violation. 5th turnover against the Diplomats. Muhlenberg fighting for their playoff lives. Need a win. Shot is missed by Gordis. Rebound comes down to Nawaziet. Now Nawaziet works his way into the paint on Gordis. Looks inside. Seidman is hammered by Stanton Shepard. Watch the work by Nawaziet. He gets 2 players on his hips, turns and finds Seidman, who's open, and Stanton Shepard, who's already up in the air, giving up his verticality, whacks Seidman, who will go to the line to shoot 2. Seidman, 42% free throw shooter on the year. Can't coax that one in. Seidman now 3 of his last 11 at the line. Rattles that one in. 32-17. Rubino, 3, left corner, front iron. Seidman with the rebound. Nichols, 3-pointer, rattles around and out. Charles keeps it alive. Green comes down with the rebound. New shot clock. Charles gets in the hands of Green. Now Charles on the left elbow. Nichols uses a pick from Charles. He's up off glass. No good. Green with the rebound. Drew Green, the 5'10 sophomore out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey, dribbles into his own man. Now Seidman headbands Nawaziet. Nawaziet goes up to the left hand, blocked by Goldberg. Nichols with the rebound. Jalen Green. Nichols. Good close by Feroci. Shot clock at 15 as we hit 3:05 mark, first half. Nichols works his way in the paint. Nawaziet for Seidman. Seidman, Green, wide open 3. Front iron. Green gets his own rebound. Challenges off the bottom of the backboard. Charles, one more try. He's fouled. Good work on the offensive glass by Franklin and Marshall. Watch Green take it hard. Puts it on the back side of the glass. Charles comes up with the rebound, and he will go to the line to shoot a pair. Charles can't get the first one to go. Averages just under 4 points, just under 5 rebounds per game. Sebastian Charles has season high 12 points in the early season win against Elizabethtown. Knocks that one down. Charles has 4 to go along with 4 rebounds. The lead is 16. Goldberg from the right elbow. No, he lost the handle. Gets it back. Turns back to his right, double teamed. Ball comes free. Feroci gets it in the hands of Rubino as the shot clock hits 10. Now Rubino will go up with a left-handed scoop and draws the foul. Rubino will put you into a trance with a lot of dribbles. He can show you the right hand or the left hand as he goes down the left side of the lane. And now he will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Number 4, Luke Gordis back in for Muhlenberg.
Something you don't see every day. As Rubino makes 1 of 2. 33-18. Rubino has 9. Gross was back in for Franklin. Marshall picked up by Gordis. Gives it off to Charles. Back to Grossless. Grossless looks to make a move, tried to find Seidman cutting. Ran into interference. Here's Williams-Johnson. Floater in the lane is good. Jason Williams-Johnson. He's got 5, 33-20. Charles lobs inside. Nichols can't get it to fall. Gordos will trigger the action at the other end. Gives it off to Feroci. Now Rubino skip past Williams-Johnson. He'll take the 3, left corner. Rebound comes down to Feroci. Kicks it back out to Rubino. 90 seconds to go first half. Rubino loses the handle. Picked up by Seidman. Whistle. And Rubino is going to be whistled for the foul. First foul against Rubino. 4th team foul against the Mules. $1:28 to go first half. Diplomats in front 33-20. F&M shooting 43% from the floor, but 40% from three-point land, knocking down 6 of 15 triples. Grossless tries past Goldberg, lays it high off the glass and good. Pretty layup from Vaqueros Grossless, his first basket of the day for the F&M's leading scorer. He averages 17 a game. 35-20. Rubino from long range, good. Rubino has 12. Grossless now picked up by Feroci. Charles gives it right back. Grossless for 3. Williams-Johnson gets it ahead to Rubino. 14-second difference between game and shot clock. That's not going to stop Rubino from putting it up on a 2-for-1. And Goldberg comes down with the offensive glass and is fouled.
Fouls on Sebastian Charles. That is his second shooting foul for Brandon.
Going to be foul on Charles. Second foul on Sebastian is going to send Brandon Goldberg to the line, the 6'7" senior of Wantagh, New York. His brother Evan plays basketball at Queens College. Goldberg, who led Wantagh High School to his first conference title in 47 years during his scholastic days. Makes 1 of 2, 35-24. Grossless will spread the floor. 5-second difference between game and shot clock. Grossless looks for the high screen from Para. Now works his way in the paint. Williams-Johnson slaps at it. Seidman gets the pass. Shot clock at 10. Now Seidman looks for the high screen. He's going to work his way in the paint. Floater is short. Para with the rebound. We're going to get a whistle on foul. And that's going to go against the F&M big man, Josh Para. Going to say Para gave the little shove to Gio Rubino underneath the basket. Para's first. Here's Williams-Johnson. Looks inside. Goldberg will go up off glass. Too strong. Feroci with the rebound and the basket. And Feroci will have a chance at the three-point play. And Josh Para is going to pick up 2 fouls in a span of 35 seconds. And the big man had stayed out of foul trouble for the first 19 and a half minutes. Now Feroci will have a chance for the traditional three-point play and make this an 8-point game. Franklin and Marshall went from up 11 with possession to an 8-point game as we close out the first half here in an important Centennial Conference men's basketball game. When we come back, we'll have an interview with Franklin and Marshall head basketball coach Nick Nachet. We'll take a look at first half stats and highlights and a look at that all-important out-of-town scoreboard. You're watching F&M basketball on Diplomat TV. F&M leads at 35-27.
F&M, the whole culture is engaged on developing students.
Today we invite and authorize each of you to have big dreams.
Together, we are driven.
1, 2, 3.
To motivate. To challenge. To lead. Every practice. Every play. Every day. Every season. 11 schools. Together in competition. We are the Centennial Conference. Welcome to the Franklin Marshall Men's Basketball Halftime Show. My name is Steve Ulrich, joined by head basketball coach Nick Niche. And Coach, coming off the Wednesday night loss against Ursinus and the double overtime win at McDaniel, the team hasn't been playing as well as it had been earlier in the year. What does the coaching staff do in those type of situations? Are there certain buttons you know you can push with veteran players, or do you let maybe the seniors take over and say this is what we need to do?
Yeah, I think it's part of the season. It can be a roller coaster. It's not just one direction and where you're headed. And so we haven't been as good the past week. Not just talking to the team, like we're not doing the things that got us here. But at the same token, you get frustrated after a loss. I could sense our team was pretty down after the loss, and as a coach, you start thinking, what else could we do? Whether it's lineup combinations, certain things on offense, frustrations for why we didn't do certain things we wanted to do during the game, or certain defensive breakdowns. But then when you just kind of step back and look at it, what I've tried to message to the team is, if in October we told you guys you'd be 16-4, tied for first place in the conference, as the calendar turned to February, I doubt there would be a single guy in the room disappointed. So we need to play with the same enthusiasm, same confidence, and just then kind of sort of double down on what got us here. It's not going to be, hit the panic button, because we lose a game. We're in a really good league. We're on the road. We didn't do some things early that I thought let Ursinus get going, but you let a senior all-conference level guard get going, he can have a big night. And so we didn't do what we needed to do on both ends of the floor, and when you play a good team like Ursinus, they can capitalize.
Well, all coaches preach next game, 1-0, et cetera, et cetera. You look at the remaining schedule, and right now Franklin Marshall still has everything laid out perfectly right in front of it.
Yeah, if we try to tell the guys all the time, 1-0, just win and you'll be in as good a position as you can be in. And, big picture, I'm sure they've looked in and everybody knows if we were to win out, we win the league regardless of what happens. So that's a great spot to be in. It just goes back to we should be really excited about the stretch that we're about to play. So that's been our our tone. We had more of a teaching, learning, and kind of a fun day on Thursday, and Friday is a sort of a short, focused, intense practice to get ready for Muhlenberg.
When you look at the performance on Wednesday night in Collegeville, offense wasn't hitting on all cylinders, but it was nice to see Jalen Green back to form with his three-point shooting.
Yeah, it's been great having him back in general, and then he's always shot it well. He had a little funk before the injury. I don't know if maybe it took a little tweak in sitting out to get it. I don't know what it was, but he's always shot the ball well in practice. I mean, we track every shooting drill we do. Kid just makes shots. Like, I've never once questioned, his ability to shoot the ball. And he's a gamer. He's a tough kid mentally, physically, and so it doesn't surprise me that he hit a big shot like he did in that game. I probably got fouled on it too, I think. That's not for me to decide, but it just shows, though, his determination and focus on the shot, ability to rise up, that despite the play, despite maybe some contact, he found a way to and what really was a broken play, to step up and drill a shot to make it a one-possession game. And our guys really, all of them, like, as bad as that game went, again, down the stretch, they were about as good as we could be to put ourselves in position to have a chance to win on Wednesday.
It looks like at this point in the year you're pretty set with the rotation, and you kind of shortened the bench a little bit heading into the final stretch. Yeah,
not by design. I'd like it if we could go a little bit deeper, but and it's kind of a game-to-game thing based on matchups or feel, or sometimes it is based on injury or things like that. But I'm hoping that we're still working, we're still in practice, and you never know when guys' numbers are going to be called. With this time of year, there's a lot of guys playing banged up or that could get hurt, so guys need to be ready, and it's not always predictable when that chance might come.
This is alumni weekend for the men's basketball program. How many alums ended up coming back?
It's in the neighborhood, so we have an alumni game and then a little reception afterwards. And the alumni game, anticipating somewhere between 15 and 18 guys suiting up, and then I think total we'll have in the neighborhood of 25 alumni back, some with family and significant others or buddies tagging along. So good turnout for us, and we're hoping that it's a great overall weekend of spending time together, and hopefully we can get a win as well, which makes it better.
Our thanks to head basketball coach Nick Niche. Now let's send it back to the booth for the rest of the halftime show. We'll be right back on Diplomat TV.
The Student Athlete Leadership Council represents all students at Franklin Marshall College
as we stand together in promoting awareness, respect, and accountability regarding all forms of discrimination.
We as student athletes aim to provide a safe
and accepting environment throughout our community,
encompassing all races, ethnicities, genders,
gender identities, sexual orientations,
religions, socioeconomic statuses,
or political ideologies. Together, we will take a proactive approach
to examining different perspectives,
thoughts, and views,
while positively contributing to the important conversations
necessary to sustaining
and enhancing our vibrant community.
Go Dips!
Go Dips!
Go Dips!
Back live at the Mazer Center on the campus of Franklin Marshall College. Your score at the half, Franklin Marshall leads Muhlenberg by a score of 35-27. Steve Ulrich with you on the Centennial Conference Digital Network, thanks for joining us today. There's your halftime stats. Franklin Marshall shooting 43% from the floor, 34.5% for the Mules. F&M winning the Battle of the Glass with a +5. Gained 12 points off the bench, was 2 for the Muhlenberg reserves. Turnovers just about even. For F&M, Kevin Nawaziat leading the way with double figures with 10. Jalen Green's got 8. Josh Parr, 7.6 rebounds. Sebastian Charles, 4 points, 4 boards. Omar Nichols with a triple. Vaqueros Grosses with 2 points, and John Seidman with 1 for a total of 35. For the Mules, the game's leading scorer, Giovanni Rubino. Rubino's got 12. Jason Williams-Johnson has 5. Peter Stanton-Shepard has 4. Michael Feroci has 3. Luke Gordos 2, and Brandon Goldberg 1 for a total of 27. Let's take a look at some of our first half's highlights. Franklin Marshall got off to an early lead. Good ball movement. Jalen Green sticks his 3 from the left corner. And then John Seidman with the dish. And that's not a replay. It's Green again. Both of his triples come to the early moments of the first half. Seidman, nice look inside, and Green with the fadeaway. Looks like it was the Jalen Green show. Muhlenberg, though, turns to Giovanni Rubino. Watch Rubino, the nice fadeaway jumper. Knocks it down. And then Rubino showing everything he can do, slicing through 2 defenders, laying up off the glass, and good. Rubino's got 12. Stanton Shepard with a nice turnaround. And Muhlenberg kept it close, but Diplomats maintained pretty much a 10, 12-point lead throughout. Here's Parra going up inside. And then Nawaziat, Omar Nichols with the adjustment and the triple in stride. And Seidman to Nawaziat, who leads F&M with 10. Knocks down a triple. And Grossless, one of the prettiest drives you're ever going to see. Starts right, cuts back to his left. Back over his head off glass. Muhlenberg scored the last 3 points of the first half to make this a 35-27 contest as we enter the second 20 minutes. Now let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard sponsored by D3 Playbook. At the half, Gettysburg leads Haverford by a score of 32-19, 11 points for Jordan Stafford for the Bullets, who are tied for first place with F&M and Johns Hopkins. Halftime in Delco County, Swarthmore leads McDaniel by a score of 35-28, 12 points for Vinny D'Angelo for the Garnet, who sit in fourth place in the Centennial standings. Early in the second half in Baltimore, Johns Hopkins on top of Dickinson by a score of 47-33, 12 for John Windley, 10 for Braden Fagbemi for the Blue Jays. And coming up at the top of the hour, Washington College will take on the Bears of Ursinus. Franklin and Marshall, 13-0 when leading at the half this season. Also 9-1 when making 7 or more threes. Diplomats have 6 so far and are hoping to remain in a first place tie in the Centennial Conference. Muhlenberg looking for a win to remain in a tie for 5th place in the Centennial. Muhlenberg and Ursinus currently tied at 6 and 7. Dickinson at 5 and 8. 2 of those 3 teams will make the playoffs. 1 will be on the outside looking in. Once again, we say hello to Jackie Scarcella, who was able to get the game, Jeff, from her home in Richmond, Virginia, using the tried and true tactic that all males have used throughout their life. Turn the computer off and turn it back on, and voila, Diplomat TV appears on your screen. Grossless looks inside for Parr, knocked away by Goldberg. Good crowd at the Mazer Center today. Alumni Day here for the men's basketball program. Good turnout of former Franklin and Marshall standouts returning to watch the 2024 edition. Currently sitting in first place in the Centennial. Seidman works inside in the paint, spins on Stanton Shepard and lays it in. Good patience by John Seidman. Thought about dishing it out, then Stanton Shepard ended up on his hip. Just turned toward the basket and laid it in. Rubino gets it in the hands of Goldberg. Goldberg, backdoor cut. Williams-Johnson cut off by Nawaziat. Good help side defense by Nawaziat. Now Williams-Johnson floater leaves it short. Parra, top of the circle, looks for a screen from Nawaziat. Now goes to work inside on Goldberg and draws the foul. Goldberg tried to time Parra's jump, as you're able to see right here. Watch Josh give the pump fake. And then he was able to get the foul on Goldberg. First personal foul on the senior from Wonton, New York. First team foul for the Mules here in the second half. Parra can't get the first one to go. Second one also off the mark. Stanton Shepard comes down with the rebound. Lead is 10. Franklin Marshall has led from start to finish. Or should we say start to this point in the contest. Starting five on the floor for both squads. As Goldberg gives it off to Stanton Shepard, now Williams-Johnson will start the offense. Gordis. Now to Goldberg. Shot clock at 5. Gordis in trouble. Shot clock at 3. He's going to have to force up a shot. Parra's going to come down with the air ball. Good defense coming from Franklin Marshall. Seidman gives it to Nawaziat. Nawaziat backs Stanton Shepard into the paint. Now draws two defenders. Drops it for Parra between his legs. Parra hits the floor. Goldberg will reach down, and it looks like Franklin Marshall was able to get a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 18:09 to go in the second half. Did you know you can purchase officially licensed Franklin Marshall merchandise easily on GoDiplomats.com? Scan our QR code. Visit the BSN Sports Store to see all of our Nike products and more. And right now, you can save 20% off your order of $100 or more. Just use the code GEAR20, that's GEAR 20, to save on new arrivals. You have vests, you have jackets, you have fleece, and much more. We thank you for your continued support of Franklin Marshall Athletics, as all proceeds go directly to enhance the experience of our Diplomat student athletes. 13 on the shot clock. Seidman windbound to the left of the F&M basket. Get a whistle. Five-second call going to go against Seidman. 8th turnover committed by Franklin and Marshall today. Williams-Johnson comes across midcourt, picked up by Nichols. Now gets the ball back, finds Gordis underneath. Pretty pass from Brandon Goldberg to Luke Gordis. Gordis has 4, 37-29. Parra, top of the circle. Goldberg giving him plenty of room, now hands off to Nichols. Omar starts right, switchbacks to the left, hounded by Williams-Johnson. Now Parra. Parra works his way in the paint, goes back to the left hand, off glass and good. He has a myriad of moves in the low post, Josh Parra. Has got 9. Stanton Shepard. The first year picked up by Nawaziat. Now gives it off to Goldberg. Goldberg in the bright pink sneakers. Rubino crosses over once, crosses over twice, carries into the lane. Fall away jumper, back iron, rebound. Corralled by Parra. Good defense by Grossless. Not giving Rubino anywhere to go on that spin move. Parra in the paint, gets Goldberg up in the air, left hand up, and the hoop, and the harm. Parra got Goldberg up in the air. and is able to finish. Para now with a team high 11 points to go along with 9 boards. Free throws up and good. Para will check out Charles in. As Para leaves, already matching his season highs with 12 and 9. 42-29, Diplomats. Goldberg starts right, gives it off to Williams Johnson. Rubino now for Stanton Shepard. Skip pass, Williams Johnson. He'll drive, runs into Nichols, and draws the foul. Looked like Omar had established his position, went straight up in the air, but the official thought differently. That's going to send Williams Johnson to the line, the 6-foot junior out of Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Plays high school ball at Scotch Plains Fanwood. Then did a PG year at Petty School. He averages 14.4 points a game, shooting 78% from the free throw line on the year. Second one, you can't get it to go. 1 of 2 at the line for Williams Johnson. Grossless. It's a double team. Charles back to Grossless, picked up by Stanton Shepard. Now Grossless drives right baseline, tries to get to Nichols, picked off by Rubino. Stanton Shepard. Skip pass for Gordis. Gordis will drive baseline, reverse layup, too strong. Muhlenberg just 1 of 5 from the floor here in the second half. Seidman picks up his dribble, gives it off to Charles. 4.5 gone, second half. Franklin and Marshall in front by 12. Charles with Rubino on him, shot clock at 8. Seidman will drive the dish. Grossless for 3. Charles also down the long rebound. Now Nichols, his chance at 3. Good. Omar Nichols. Second chance opportunities for the Diplomats as Charles gets the rebound and finds Omar Nichols, who doesn't miss. Second triple of the day for Nichols. Lead is 15. Williams Johnson, 3, near corner, short. Charles with the rebound. Charles now with 6 rebounds on the day. Nichols looks to drive baseline, now looks inside. Nawaziat gets Goldberg up in the air and draws the foul on the Mule big man. Watch the ball fake, got Goldberg up in the air. Call should be on the floor. Don't believe there are free throws coming, despite Nawaziat's best efforts. Feroci and Green in for the Mules. Jalen Green, Sam Davison on the floor for Franklin and Marshall. Jalen Green almost left open by Stanton Shepard. Thought about a 3 for a moment. Nichols between the legs, drives lane, switches hands, lays it up off glass and good. Nichols has 8, 47-30. Green drives left, dishes to Stanton Shepard. Jumper is up and good. Stanton Shepard with the jumper, 47-32. He's got 6. Seidman, skip pass. Davison, 3 in the corner, short. Ball's loose, corralled by Williams Johnson. Rubino, right elbow jumper, front iron off glass, can't get it to fall. Nichols with the rebound. 6.5 gone, second half. Diplomats in front by 15. Steve Ulrich with you on Diplomat TV. Thanks for joining us today. Nichols, 3-pointer over the top of the backboard. will be Muhlenberg ball. Green, marked by Davison, comes across the timeline as we approach the 13-minute mark. Franklin and Marshall 13-0 when leading at the break this year. Looking to extend that is Williams Johnson. Long on a three. Rebound Feroci. Green will take a three. Rebound corralled by Charles. Nichols looks for the high screen, now gives it off, gets it back from Seidman. Euro step, off glass, can't get it to fall, but draws the foul. Typically you see Omar Nichols doing his work from the outside. Watch him work on the inside. That picks up the second personal foul on Peter Stanton Shepard. Nichols, the 6'3 senior out of Wynwood, Pennsylvania. He averages 10.5 points per game. Nichols shoots 67% from the charity stripe on the season, as Parra replaces Charles, and Liam Gorman, number 11, replaces Williams Johnson. One of two. For Nichols, Sid Syed will replace Nichols in the F&M lineup. Lead is 16, equaling one shy of the largest lead of the day. F&M is led by 17. Green, start, stop, drive, left hand, no good. Parra with the rebound, that gives him a double-double. 12 points, 10 rebounds for the senior. Seidman in the paint. Kicks out for Syed. Now goes to low right, blocks Parra. Parra gets Feroci up in the air, goes up with the right hand, and draws the foul. Feroci, the 6'2 first year, taken to school by the 6'6 senior, Josh Parra. And Parra 2 of 5 at the line today, make that 2 of 6. Diplomats shoot 63% as a team from the free throw line, but have been much better over the last 10 games, shooting 67%. Seidman and Davison check out. Julian Thomas. Wazir returned to the lineup, as Parra's second attempt is up and good. 13 for Parra. He leads all scorers. 47-32. Goldberg spins, runs into Parra. Skip pass, connects with Gorman. Gorman drives in the paint, gives off to Goldberg. Kick out to Gorman. He'll take a three. Back iron. Parra with the easy board. Green knocks it away from Thomas. From his knees, gives it off to Goldberg to Gorman. Layup. Waved off as Syed draws the offensive foul. Watch it again. Syed established his position, as you can see, and he takes one right in the midsection. Goldberg, not a happy camper. He picks up foul number 2. It's the kind of defensive play that's going to get you more playing time through your collegiate career at F&M. As Syed was willing to take the 2-on-1, took on the big man, 6'7", Brandon Goldberg, on head first and drew the foul. There's Julian Thomas. He wears number 13. The senior kicks it out to Nawaziat. Right corner for Syed. Back to Jalen Green. Now Nawaziat. Skip pass, Syed. Syed will drive to the hole in the paint, puts up off glass, no good. Parra with the tip, no good. Third try up and good. Parra dominating the inside. He had 19 and 10 the first meeting. He's got 15 and 13 today. Feroci gets it back from Gordis. Stripped away by Julian Thomas. But Thomas is going to be whistled for the foul. First personal on Julian Thomas. The 6'2 senior gets into Rubino. Rubino loses the handle. Now tries to dribble through a double team. We're going to get a whistle on a foul. It's going to go against Jalen Green. Fourth team foul against Franklin and Marshall. That's the first personal against Jalen Green. And this is Drew Green for the visitors. Stopped by Syed. Pulls it back out. Now goes right side for Gordis. Gordis behind the back, gives it off to Drew Green. Green drives. And Syed will get the blocking foul this time. In fairness to Syed, that may have been more of a player control foul than the first one, but he wasn't going to get both of them, and that's going to send Drew Green to the line to shoot a pair. The 5'10 sophomore out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Filled up the score sheet the first time these two teams played. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Second was up and good. Williams Johnson will replace Drew Green. Syed, Parra, Nawaziat, Thomas, and Green on the floor for F&M. Parra picked up by the shorter Feroci. Muhlenberg slips into a zone. Parra can't get to fall. Feroci bodies him off for the rebound. F&M's lead is 17, 51-34. Rubino. Williams Johnson looked in the corner for Stanton Shepard, but Nawaziat read it. Here's Syed for the easy layup. Nawaziat with the assist, and the lead is 19. Gorman gives it off to Stanton Shepard. Stanton Shepard gives it off to Williams Johnson, F&M. An aggressive man defense. Williams Johnson goes behind his back into the paint. Airballs the floater. 9 minutes to go. Diplomats by 19. Diplomats looking to finish off win number 17 on the season and remain in first place in the Centennial Conference. Nawaziat up off glass and good. Timeout. Muhlenberg coach Kevin Hopkins, not a happy man on the sideline. And it will be a full timeout. We'll take a break as well as you watch Nawaziat finish. Steve Ulrich with you on Diplomat TV. F&M in front 55-34, 8:55 to go. Taking a quick look around. 2 other games in the Centennial Conference as you watch Nawaziat's strong move to extend the lead to 19. Gettysburg leads Haverford 46-26, 13.5 minutes to go on the main line. And in Baltimore, Johns Hopkins, 3.5 minutes to go against Dickinson. Blue Jays on top of the Red Devils 69-52. So it's looking like if Franklin Marshall can hold on here, it'll be a three-way tie for the top spot in the Centennial going into the final 2 weeks of the season as Gorman has it roll all the way around the rim and out. Here's Seidman. Seidman drives, reverse layup is good. Seidman fakes Stanton Shepard up to the right, went back with a reverse layup to the left. Lead is 23, the largest lead of the day. Feroci tried to hand off to Rubino. He finally gets it from Stanton Shepard. Rubino, here the tattooed left arm, throws it away. Thought he had Williams Johnson in the right corner. But that's a turnover. Goldberg back in for Feroci. For the Mules, Muhlenberg 2 of 14 from the field in the second half. 14% here in the first 12 minutes. Just 28% for the game against this F&M defense, which has really turned up the heat. Seidman gives it off. Nawazi will take a three. Williams Johnson doesn't have anyone running with him. He'll pull it up on the left wing, gives it off for Gorman. Gorman will stop. Pop three, good. Liam Gorman, 6-foot freshman out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. Oh, excuse me, let's check that. Got that wrong. That's from Gloucester, New Jersey. Make sure I get that right. Syed for three. Over the top of the backboard and then back in. Take a look at the replay. If you've ever played basketball here at the Mazer Center, you know what that bounce is, and you know the whistle always blows as it hits the post just over the top of the backboard. Williams Johnson drives, blocked by Charles, but he's going to call it on the follow through. It's going to send Williams Johnson to the line to shoot a pair. Nice move by the junior down the right side of the lane. Williams Johnson had 16 in the first meeting between these two teams. Has 7 this afternoon. 57-38. Logan Satlow checks in for Franklin and Marshall. Going to replace Nawaziat. Satlow, the 6'7 sophomore out of Andover, Massachusetts, making his first appearance today as Williams Johnson's second attempt. Back iron, Seidman with the rebound. Seidman, hounded by Gorman, takes him right side. Now kicks it off to Satlow, gives it back to Seidman. And we're going to have an offensive foul, so I go against Logan Satlow. Point of emphasis this year for officials have been to call that moving screen. And you'll see Satlow didn't really keep his feet set. 6-team foul against F&M. First personal foul against Satlow. Will be shooting free throws the rest of the night. As Williams Johnson gives it off to Rubino, marked by Syed. Says does a nice job closing him off. Rubino keeps his dribble alive, but now has to give it off. Gorman will drive. And Gorman went all fullback through Sid Syed. Watch him tuck it in. And runs over Syed. It's going to send Liam Gorman to the line. Goldberg will check out. Drew Green back on for the Mules as Liam Gorman steps to the line. 83% free throw shooter on the year. Gorman in his 9th game for the Mules. Second one's up and good. 57-40, 6:18 to go. Nichols will set the offense for Franklin and Marshall, protecting a 17-point lead, trying to stay in a three-way tie for first place in the Centennial with a key matchup coming Tuesday against Johns Hopkins. Nichols working on Stanton Shepard with a shot clock at 7. Omar drives, spins, sat low. Gives it off to Green. He'll take a long three-pointer. We're going to get travel, so we'll go against Jalen Green. Shot was there for Satlow. He opted not to, gave it off to Jalen Green. Unless they called that travel on Satlow, I didn't really see Green with the shuffle of the feet. Nonetheless, 12th turnover of the day for the Diplomats. Rubino works his way in the paint. 14-footer, good. Foul on Seidman. Rubino, his first basket of the second half. First foul on Seidman. Going to send the first team All-Centennial guard from a year ago, Gio Rubino, to the line where he cashes in the three-point play. He's got a team-high 15. Timeout, Muhlenberg, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Did you know that you can purchase officially licensed Franklin Marshall merchandise as easy as scanning your QR code? Go to diplomats.com. Go to diplomats.com, visit our BSN sports store, see all of our Nike products and more. Right now, if you're on your order of $100 or more, you can save 20% by using the code GEAR20. You can save on new arrivals. You can get the Letterman jacket, the full zip hoodie, the Windrunner jacket, and more. We thank you for your continued support of Franklin Marshall Athletics, as all proceeds go directly to enhance the experience of F&M student athletes. As we mentioned, Franklin Marshall's biggest game of the season comes Tuesday night, traveling to Goldfarb Gym on the campus of Johns Hopkins University, where the Diplomats will take on Johns Hopkins. The Blue Jays are on their way to their 16th victory of the year. They'll improve to 12-2 nationally. Franklin Marshall, if the result remains the same, Diplomats will be 17-4 and 12-2 as well. Action begins on the Centennial Digital Network beginning at 8 p.m. Can't make the trip to Baltimore, you can catch all the action. However, you take in Centennial Conference basketball action as Green strips. Green on Green harm, and Drew Green goes up for the layup, and it's 57-43. Muhlenberg with a smaller lineup right now, with Gorman and Green pressuring the backcourt, and we're going to get a foul. It's going to go against Luke Gordis, trying to fight through the screen set by Para. Watch Seidman work his way around Para. Looked like foul must have been hitting Seidman's arm, trying to get around the pick. Seidman's first shot is up, no good. Charles with the rebound, keeps possession alive for F&M and Jalen Green for three. Eighth triple of the day, the third for the 6'2 senior out of Northampton, Pennsylvania, Jalen Green. Here's Rubino in the paint. Nichols pokes it away. Gordis gets it back. Rubino. Ball fake. Gordis in the corner. Drives on Para. Now gives it to Gorman. Whistle. Too many steps. Gorman dragged the pivot foot. And with 4:40 remaining, Diplomats lead is 15. Nichols in front of his own bench gives it off to Para. Para cross court for Jalen Green. Now Charles. Right side, Seidman double teamed, he's fouled. And apparently the strategy is going to be whenever John Seidman touches the ball, we're going to commit the foul. Seidman, a 41% free throw shooter. Watch how quickly both defenders come in and foul the 6'3 junior from Ardmore, Pennsylvania, John Seidman. Seidman 1 of 3 from the line today. made 4 of his last 13. John gets some air under the ball, usually a pretty good free throw shooter. As if on cue. Seidman's got 6, 61-45. Second one is short. Stanton Shepard with the rebound. Gives it off to Rubino. Rubino draws a lot of attention from Franklin and Marshall defenders. Hooks his way around Nichols. And foul's going to go against Rubino. And Omar has a great call. You can see it on the replay. Watch Rubino's right arm. Actually, excuse me, that would be his left arm. As he wraps it around Nichols the entire way. But the senior from New Jersey gets the foul call, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. 16 for Rubino. Grossless back in for Seidman. Nawaziat will replace Josh Para. We said Rubino has hit 20 points 9 times this year. Has 17 tonight, 61-47. Grossless gives it off to Green. Now Charles back to Grossless. Guards are switching up top for Muhlenberg. Grossless begins to make his move on Gorman. We're going to get a whistle on a foul. And that's going to go against the Mules. It's going to go against Drew Green. One thing you will never see Vicaris Grossless do is take a foul easily. He will always emphasize the contact, and then we'll go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. First one hangs on the front iron and drops in. Grossless played just 16 minutes tonight. The 6'1" sophomore from Lithuania has been dealing with some bumps and bruises from the season. Makes 1 of 2. Williams Johnson comes across the timeline. F&M's lead is 15. Now Stanton Shepard gives it off to Rubino. Rubino will force up a 3, rattles around Charles with rebound number 10. Season high for Sebastian Charles. In rebounds as Grossless dribbles in the paint, gives it off to Jalen Green. 3:15 and counting. Diplomats trying to close out win number 17 as Grossless gets Stanton Shepard in the lane. Euro step off glass and good. Vicaris Grossless has 5, 64-47. Gordas for Stanton Shepard. Now Liam Gorman. Gorman drives, looks for Gordas, off his leg, out of bounds. Want to say hi to Reeve Askew, who's watching today from Maryland. An ardent fan of Franklin and Marshall Athletics. Always good to hear from Reeve. Thanks for tuning in today on Diplomat TV. Steve Ulrich with you as we close out the final 2:30. Franklin and Marshall looking for the season sweep of the Mules, the first since the 2020 season. And it's going to be time for head coach Nick Nashe to go to his bench. As Omar Nichols goes to the line for 2. Will Moreau, 6'6" sophomore out of Bethesda, Maryland, waits at the scorer's table, as does Carter Lawrence. Cole Lisanecki, Sid Syed, as both teams go to their reserves to close out this one. F&M leading by 18, 65-49. Nichols' second one is up. Rattles home. Nichols with 11, and that will end his day. 66-47. Stay with us post-game. We'll have highlights, stats, and we'll take a look at the Centennial Conference out-of-town scoreboard. That's coming up on our post-game show. Just a couple minutes away. Sherman Murphy gives it off to Aluska. And Muhlenberg will retain possession. Colin Aluska, the 6'4 freshman, went fullback into the lane. That knocked away. Muhlenberg retains possession. Jumper off glass is good. Matt Lee, the 6'4 sophomore guard out of Point Pleasant, New Jersey. It's on the scoreboard, 66-49. Syed. Floater off glass. Knocks it in. 4 points for Sid Syed. 68-49. Johnny Cotton pulls up right side off glass, rattles out. Lesinecki with the rebound. $1:35 to go. Diplomats about to improve to 17-4 overall. 12-2 in the Centennial. Keeping share of first place in the Centennial with Gettysburg and Johns Hopkins with just 2 weeks remaining. Thomas goes behind his back in the lane, throws one hard off the glass, no good. Carter Lawrence rebound, lost the handle going up. Lee with the rebound, gets it head to Cotton. Cotton drives, dish, jumper for Diorio. Front iron, rebound Lawrence, and he's going to be whistled for the foul. As he kind of took the smaller Johnny Cotton out of the way. He's going to send Cotton to the line. 6'3 freshman out of Rivervale, New Jersey. Played his scholastic ball at DePaul Catholic. Johnny Cotton to the line. So it's Moreau, Lawrence, Lesinecki, Thomas, and Syed on the line as Cotton can't get either of them to go. Carter Lawrence with the rebound. Thomas comes across the timeline. 50 seconds to go. Thomas pulls up. Lawrence for Syed. Syed drives left baseline. Works in traffic, no good. Julian Thomas with the rebound, and he's hammered. Hard foul against the 6'2 senior from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Julian Thomas. Colin Aluska with the foul, and Thomas will go to the line where he is a 67% free throw shooter on the year, 8 of 12. Make that 9 of 13. Julian Thomas on the scoreboard, 69-49. 41 and a half seconds to go. Diplomats will be back here Wednesday, February 14th. Valentine's Day men's women's doubleheader. F&M takes on Dickinson. Women 6 o'clock, men at 8 o'clock. Bring your date to the Mazer Center. Watch F&M basketball on Diplomat TV. That's Wednesday, February 14th. F&M Dickinson back here in Lancaster. Cotton, ball fake. Now he fadeaway jumper, front iron. Carter Lawrence with the rebound. Final 20 seconds, and F&M's just going to walk it off. Franklin and Marshall, 17 wins in 21 games. Knocks off Muhlenberg, 70-49. Diplomats are going to remain in a first place tie in the Centennial Conference, along with Gettysburg and Johns Hopkins, setting up a first place showdown with the Blue Jays. Tuesday night in Baltimore, your final stats: Franklin Marshall shoots 47% from the floor, while Muhlenberg shoots 31%, 8 triples for F&M. F&M thrives on the triple, and it came to fruition today. F&M a plus 16 on the glass, and 20-14 lead in points off the bench. 4 players in double figures for F&M today. Josh Parra, 15 points to go along with 14 rebounds. 5th double-double of the year for the senior Josh Parra. Kevin Nawazi at 12 points, 6 boards. Omar Nichols had 11 points. Jalen Green, 3 triples, leads to 11 points for the senior John Seidman with 6. Vaqueros Grossos with 5. Sid Syed has 4. Sebastian Charles, 4 points and a career-high 10 rebounds for Charles. Julian Thomas with 2 points for a total of 70 for the Diplomats. Gio Rubino leads the way for Muhlenberg and the game-high score with 17. Jason Williams Johnson, 7 points, 5 boards. Peter Stanton Shepard with 6 points. Gorman with 5. Gordis and Green with 4. Feroci with 3. Lee with 2. Goldberg with 1 for a total of 49 for the Mules. F&M led by 8 at the break. And then as we take a look at our second half highlights, it was really all Franklin and Marshall in the second half. As the Diplomats used 52% shooting over the second 20 minutes to pull away. And it came from a lot of different people. Here's Josh Parra, one of his patented moves, the left hand off the glass. And then the up and under once again, the hoop and the harm. Parra went to the line to finish the 3-point play. Good defense by Franklin and Marshall. You have one easy basket as Gordis off the pretty pass from Goldberg across the lane. Then Liam Gorman with a pull-up 3. And Rubino with the jumper in the lane. Rubino finishing with 17, but it was too much F&M. Plus 16 on the glass. Here's another second chance opportunity, which led to a 3-pointer by Jalen Green. And then Nichols with the drive, switching hands to the offhand with the layup. Nawaziat gives it off to Vaqueros Grossless, the Euro step, and the laying off glass. Too much F&M today as the Diplomats go on to defeat Muhlenberg by a score of 70-49. Now let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by D3 Playbook. D3 Playbook, your way to find out all information around Division III. Go to d3playbook.com. 2.5 minutes to go on the main line. Gettysburg on its way to another win, leading Haverford by a score of 65-44. 3 players in double figures for the Bullets, led by Jordan Stafford's 13. Bullets by 21, 2.5 to go. 6 minutes to go at Swarthmore, the Garnet, on their way to a win, remain in 4th place in the conference, leading McDaniel 54-41. 19 today for Vinny D'Angelo for the Garnet. Final score in Baltimore at Goldfarb Gym. Johns Hopkins defeats Haverford 79-55. 5 players in double digits for the Blue Jays, led by John Windley. Windley with 20, including 4 3-pointers. It will be Johns Hopkins and F&M Tuesday night in Baltimore. Game time is 8 o'clock. Midway through the first half in Chestertown, Ursinus leads Washington College by a score of 21-19. As we mentioned, it's F&M and Johns Hopkins for first place in the conference Tuesday night in Baltimore. Part of a mini 2-game road swing for F&M. Diplomats will play at the Tarble Pavilion in Swarthmore against the Garnet Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, before coming back here to close the season with 2 home games against Dickinson and Washington College. Now for our camera crew, Liz Jones, Nora Sidorsky, and Christian Marlin. Our executive director, Jeff Stout. My name is Steve Ulrich. Thanks for joining us today on the Centennial Digital Network and Diplomat TV. Franklin Marshall 17-4 knocks off Muhlenberg 70-49. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.